Champion at 184, Max Askren, Missouri.
Max, they showed on TV, you and Ben ran and gave each other a hug. What was that feeling that you could finally join your brother as national champion?
Man, it's just, I'm just happy. I guess I can finally do what everyone around me knows I can do. Everyone's seen me in practice, and honestly, I mean, I know my technique is up to par for a national title, but it didn't come out. It was hidden, and I was the one hiding it. And the finals, it finally came out.
Is that pressure going all this way? You come in as the top seed as a freshman, go 0-2 up to this point. Is there pressure with that?
Yeah, there was pressure before that. I don't know when during the season, but sometime during that freshman year, it developed into something bigger than myself. Coming into college, I wanted to be a four-time undefeated national champ, and I think I was well on my way. But sometime during that year, something developed, and I started freezing up. I started, I guess, being afraid of what I could do or what if I couldn't do it. I think that's the biggest pressure anyone has. Is not that. I don't know. It's not that you can't do it and you're afraid of that. It's you believe you can, you try you can, but there's something holding you back, some kind of fear.
Does sort of fear hold you back?
Yeah, of course. I mean, fear not of, I don't know. And it's only something that you can put on yourself. Everyone thought I was going to do well, and I was doing well. But at some point, it was like I had to do it. And it wasn't something that I want to do anymore. Something that I love to do, which is what wrestling always has been for me, and hopefully it will continue to be for me.
It seemed like early on you were wrestling a lot of freestyle. You'd wrestle 211. It seemed like you really had that passion. And then you kind of went away for a while, didn't see in those freestyle tournaments as much. Why was that?
Part of it was injury. This last year I couldn't compete. I love freestyle. I don't think there's a better sport in the world. I know folk style comes very close, but for me freestyle is my favorite, and it makes the most sense to me. The passion went away. There was moments, where it came back, matches, even, but it wasn't here to stay. And, this season, with the help of my coaches, my brother, friends and family, I kind of got back to just coming in and do things how I like. I had injury last year with my back, so I couldn't practice the same way the other guys did, which is one thing I hated, because I love nothing more than to go in and see 40, 50 guys and wrestle, and man, you get to roll around, and it's it's like your little kids rolling around, but more technical. But I couldn't do that this year. I didn't. My back didn't have the endurance to keep up. So for me, like my coaches formulated a plan. I came in like an hour a day, rolled around, worked on a few things, but I mean, really, it was just very, very light.
You're up.
Max, talk about that match you jumped out to it for the second one. Is that part of the game plan to jump out to that?
I didn't have a game plan, and honestly, I think that's how things work better for me. Not only in wrestling, but in life. I think you need to leave yourself open to what's to come, and not plan everything. Had I planned to go out and get a takedown or a certain shot, what if it didn't happen? I might panic, But I went out there with no expectation. I knew he would hit high crotches. I know I'm great from that position. Hit a high crotch, got two, and hit some moves, compliments of Buvai Sarsitiev. And then later on, I guess I would say the crab ride, Jesse Jansen, watching different guys growing up, just picking their brains through video.
Did moving down in weight help?
Yeah, most definitely. Out there, I was the same size as that guy. I felt just as strong as him, maybe not as strong. I'm not a very, very weightlifting strong guy, but no, I feel a lot more comfortable at this weight. I got to cut a little weight, which keeps my endurance up and keeps me thin. Not too much.
Max, what was for dinner last night? Jimmy John's again?
No, Jimmy John's is not on the menu. I think what was. I think we ended up going to the Pasta Works for like my third or fourth meal in a row. I went there and things just started to, I don't know, just simple pasta. It's probably the most common meal my mom made other than turkey sandwiches. So yeah.
Now, without question, before Ben obviously had his own legacy at Missouri. Do you think? I mean, you've created your legacy now with this swim.
I'm not worried about my own legacy. You know, I mean, I hope I've got made friends through Missouri that will stay with me throughout my lifetime, and not only through Missouri, but through everyone that I've met in the wrestling community. And I guess that's all I really need. I'm not worried about a legacy.
Recognize your coach, if you would, Brian Smith. What has he done for you?
Brian Smith is he's great. You know, I mean, coming into this year, I honestly didn't think I was gonna wrestle, which is a tough kind of feeling for you to go through. You know, going through your life, doing one thing over and over, and it's something you're so passionate about. You know, whether it be, I don't know, cooking or mathematics, whatever people get fired up about. Disc golf is my brother. You know, if he took off his right hand or whatever, you go crazy. So for that instance, I was like coming in, I was like, I don't know if coach is gonna, what he's gonna say, because I was coming in and talking to him. I was like, hey, I can't do the normal everyday thing. 2 practices a day, 3 hours. I was like, my back can't take it. We sat down and I was really emotional, and he just he told me, we'll figure it out. We sat down there and we figured it out. I told him what I think I could do, and as the season went on, we made a couple adjustments. But for the most part, we sat down, we talked, and he knows that I will go out and do exactly what I say I do, because that's who I am. I want to wrestle, and I wanted. I don't know. I guess I want to improve my life. So I mean, everything that I do, I'll have a game plan. I went out there, and I did the practices. I did everything I said I was gonna do, and we're sitting here, aren't we? So yeah.
So there in your mind, a realistic possibility at the beginning of the year that you might not even have been wrestling this year.
I was already coming to grips with that. That's the main reason you guys seen Ben go to Arizona State, which is a sad moment, but also a happy moment as well. Because I think it's, like I told you guys before, it's the best thing for him. But I told him that, and he said there was an opportunity out for him in Arizona State. And when I came here as a freshman, the reason I came, well, not the only reason, but the deciding factors. He told me I'll be here as long as you are here. So so that was a change in plans, but I'm one that obviously needed to be made.
The time between the Big 12 championships and the NCAA championships, was there a lot of regrouping mentally, or what was the process there?
Not really. I wasn't exactly happy after the Big 12s. I was a little bit distraught, but at the same time, like I told you guys, I sat down with my coaches, and I had planned a 6-week. Me and my coaches had planned a 6-week training phase to go through the Big 12s, and then the week after Big 12s, and that's what I did. So I was coming back after there, and the first thing, I got into the locker room, I was getting ready to shot. The first thing Pal says to me is, he's like, hey, this is just more training. He's like, you knew you weren't peaking now, and I wasn't.
What's the last folk style tournament you won?
Good question. Missouri Open? No, I didn't wrestle like this year. I really couldn't tell you. It was before Midlands. Oh no. That was a while ago. Probably Missouri Open last year. If we had, I don't know if we had anything after that, but yeah, Missouri Open was the last one I can remember.
Any more questions?
You looked like you were really enjoying the experience as the match went on, and you were getting your technique. And explain what wrestling means to you. You talk about how much you love it, but when you're having it happen, when it counts, what was that like for you to experience?
I don't know. I know I've mentioned it earlier on, but I guess it's with anything. You really kind of zone in, and things just kind of seem to be a blur until it's all over. I can tell you a couple things that went on the match, but a lot of it is a blur, and I couldn't tell you. I remember going in, they were trying to wipe me out with blood, like things like that. But for the most of it, you just, I guess as Coach McGuire would say, or our track coach, one of the top sports psychiatrists in the nation, you get into flow, which is a mindset where you just you don't worry about anything else, you just kind of go. So that was what happened, and then after it, You know, it was a rush, and I realized that things were happening, and then I'm running off, hugging my coaches. My brother comes in, curly fro, running towards me, and, you know, after that, you know, that's I don't know, now we're here.
Okay, thanks, Max.
Thanks a lot.